Yo, bro, I think I want to start investing in startups, but don't know really how to start. You think you could teach me? Yeah, bro, no doubt. In this video, we'll be talking about Wefunder and how you can use Wefunder to get started investing in startups. What is up? I am Brandon Young. On this channel, I teach you how to make, save, and invest money. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, before we start, I have to put a disclaimer. Startups are one of the most riskiest investments that you can put your money into. Very little startups do succeed, but you do run the risk of losing your money investing in this. Just a word for the wise. But for whatever reason, if the business tends to be successful, you can make a large amount of money back. So just wanted to say that before we get started. Now, growing up, I always saw these great opportunities, these great inventions, these great companies that I always wanted to invest in that are startups, but I never got the chance to because I either didn't have enough money, or I wasn't an accredited investor, or I guess didn't have access to it. But now with websites like Wefunder or like Indiegogo and all these other websites, regular people like you and me can get into these opportunities. Okay guys, so we are on Wefunder, and I really love Wefunder because it's a way for you to get started with startups, but you don't have to invest large sums of money into it. Now let me explain. So you can start with a minimum of $100 for most of these startups, which is awesome. And a lot of other startups, they'll be like, oh, we have a minimum of 100K, and who just has 100K just lying around? Not I. So pretty much what Wefunder is, you go on the website, you could pretty much sign up, add your account information, and you can typically see like what companies are on here. And typically you can go ahead, check what the company is doing. I'll go into this one, for example. So this is Vegan Fine Foods. So let's wait for that to load up. So typically we have here, invest in vegan fine foods, an all vegan market and cafe franchise for groceries, health, beauty care, and prepared foods. So usually most of these projects, they have videos, so you can actually watch the video, get to see the story behind what they're trying to solve. And then they'll also show like the goal. So they have a goal of $1,070,070, which is okay. And they have about $80,000 raised. So they have $100 minimum, like I explained, and you can choose to invest. Now, typically you can go here, you can see like some of the questions people may ask, you can see the about, and it shows their team. If you want to go on and view their team, you can go ahead, check them out on LinkedIn. All these accounts go to their LinkedIn accounts, so you can actually see it, see if they're actually reputable people. You can do some research about them, but as you can see, like, he has an actual LinkedIn account, so you can connect with him, see what's up, see like if he's like what he's done, see his experience, see if it actually relates to whatever project he's trying to do. Also, the other thing that I really like is, for most of them, like, it will show their revenue and how much they're making at the moment, like their financials, their net losses, their debt, their cash in hand, and how much they've raised in the previous year. So you can actually, it's kind of like a breakdown. You see their financials, you get to see, okay, is this business profitable? Are they making money? Because at the end of the day, when they make money, if they're successful, if you invest in them, most likely you will be successful. Now, why do I use Wefunder? Why do I feel like this is a good, outlet to invest your money? Because with startups, with investing in general, it's like we live in a new age where I feel there's so many ways to like get started investing. There's no excuse why you can't invest. Back then, 10, 15 years ago, if you saw a good company and you pretty much wanted to invest in them, you pretty much had to wait until they hit the stock market, and that was pretty much your only, way to get in. But now we have these websites such as Wefunder that typically allow you and I, average Joes, to start investing. Now, although it's a startup, it's risky, but you still have the chance to invest. And, most of the time, it's just the fact that you have the risk and you have the ability to take the risk is what I look for, because it's pretty good to be able to take a risk than to not be able to like have the opportunity to take the risk at all. It's like you have that choice. Like, I know a lot of people will do this, but then other people will be like, oh, it's kind of risky, don't want to risk it. But it's just the ability to be able to put your money into it is what I look for. So something like this may interest you, it may not, but just having the ability to do this is what is worthwhile. Now, let's go ahead. Let's view one more, because this is honestly really interesting to me to see like a startup, see their story, see what kind of problem they're trying to fix is just amazing. So, they have stuff from, brewing companies. They have stuff like, a lithograph, a search engine. Like, they could be the next Google. We don't know. That's why you take a chance on them. If you like their story, you like what they're trying to do, then you go ahead and you do it. Like me personally, I invested in this, which is called Move. It's pretty much a supermarket of the future, as what they claim. And pretty much what they do is they're trying to revolutionize the way, supermarkets work. So basically, I'll give you the short story. Traditionally, supermarkets, they use a supplier. So the supermarket buys their items from the supplier, and there's like a middleman. So pretty much they're like paying two people, which causes prices of items to cost way more than they need to be. This company is pretty much direct to consumer. So you're pretty much getting your items directly to consumer, which they pass on the savings to you. So you typically save between 30 to 60% off your groceries, which is awesome. So no, this is something that I believe in, that I feel will do well. So I typically put my money into it. It's all about what you feel, will do well, and what company has a good story, what problem they solve, and if you believe in that company. Typically, that's why we all invest in general. When we take our hard-earned money and we invest it in something, we're usually gonna make sure that we believe in that item, that we know that it's gonna do well, because if it does well, typically the price goes up, and that's where we make our money and our profit from. So that's pretty much. Now, as I said before, guys, life is all about taking risks, and having the ability to invest in a startup is, something that is exciting and very near to and dear to my heart. But for you, maybe you might not be, excited, or maybe you don't want to risk getting yourself involved in a startup, which is perfectly okay. But having the opportunity to do it is just great, because a lot of people back then, they didn't have access to things like this. So, I just wanted the opportunity to show you that you can do this. A regular person like me and you can do this. Now, if you're interested in the website, I'll leave it in the description down below so you can go ahead, check it out. You typically don't have to invest anything. You can look around, look at some of the companies they have on there. They have a lot of technological advancements that, can perhaps change the world. So, you can get a look at some really good projects and see what they have to offer. But let me know down below if is this something that you think you'll try out. I want to know from you guys. Be sure to go and leave a like and subscribe down below. Let's get this video to 50 likes. Just 50 likes, that's all I'm asking for. I will see you in my next video. Peace.